down all the time. Let me see if I can fix that.
Fix that camera. You know, I
think it's inevitable because you're just like you tend maybe because the height thing is just like
it's short.
The height thing.
Because I'm trying to follow these nice questions that that Brandon has so
craft the questions. Guys, I saw this video this week, and I'm kind of mad that I got busy editing today. Otherwise, I was going to play. It was Jerry Seinfeld interviewing the guy from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yeah, Nick Melillo posted it. It's from Coffee and Cigar.
Is that where I saw it?
Yeah.
Nick, oh my gosh, I laughed my ass off. It was the truest thing I've ever seen in my life. He's like, nobody smoking a cigarette is enjoying it. A cigar is for people who are not in a hurry. I was like,
well, that's kind of a true statement.
It is. It felt extremely true. I like how we're all looking down on the.
I'm sharing, which everybody should do. Everyone should do.
I shared already. I said, please join.
I'm trying to share it. I'm having a little bit of a problem. It's not wanting to share. What's going on?
Look at what I got.
I don't like this.
Preview. Ooh.
Oh. Wouldn't it really be called now if it's a preview? Oh, I was going to say preview for tonight. I got you. You know what I was super bummed about? I figured, right, if anyone, I went to the shop, to a cigar shop. I had to mail something today. And so I went to try to smoke Protocol, but the store I went to did not have Protocol. So
because they were probably sold out.
Yes, 100%. So, well, it's also, I'm going to make a call from my friend Juan.
Our top fan, Joe Sharmer, already in the chat, getting ready to go live with the audience here. All right, I'm having a shit time right now. Something is wrong with my phone. It won't do this. No, I hate you. All right, go away. Not looking at that anymore. Oh, Joe Sharmer, drinking a lot.
Oh, good.
Already in. The show has not even started yet. Joe is
broke into that. He broke into that multi-million-dollar bourbon collection he's got.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Guys.
Huh.
I got new
Hot
stuff.
Mike's here.
Yeah, I got new stuff for tonight. I hope for the 7 people watching already. I hope that somebody comes on Shoot Your Shot, because I have a new video to play before Shoot Your Shot, but we will only play it if we have somebody to come on. What's up, Jennifer? Guys.
Yeah.
Tony, are you drinking something other than Tito's tonight?
No.
It's just Tito's.
And where did my bottle? I'm going back to the Four Roses.
Well, I'm drinking I'm drinking gin tonight. That's what I'm going with. I'm not feeling this tonight, but you know, when you're not feeling like drinking, I just was like, whatever, I'll just drink this. And then it's like after like 3 or 4, you're good. But I was like, I'm not really feeling the drinking thing tonight. And that's why, you know, like I'm just doubling it up because just
like
going double fisted.
Well, no, because once you get the juice flowing, then it's like it's on. But it's that like you have to kind of, it's not hair of the dog because I didn't drink. But I mean, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. And so like I got to put on my big boy pants and let's do this.
Well, for all intents and purposes, it seems that from the social media interactions, once you announced our guest tonight, that people were expecting it to get crazy.
Yeah, my man.
Yeah, we can. It's 8:01, Brandon. Let's start this thing.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how it's going to go tonight, everybody. Here we go.
1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots. 4 shots. 1 shot. 2 shots. 1 shot. 1 shot. All shots.
Welcome back to another fine Tuesday.
Hiya.
With yours truly and my good friend Jeremy McDonald.
What's
This
up,
is
Tony?
4 shots. What's up, dude? We haven't really talked this week. Let's do a shot and then we'll
Can I
bullshit for a
say
little bit. Yeah.
that because I think I actually felt that we haven't, and I miss you, buddy.
I miss you.
That is
I
an
miss you.
authentic. I'm doing the little Jack one with the tiny little bottle in there.
A little
'cause
bottle
it's-
in there.
Yeah, because it's cute.
That's what she said.
Always.
Shot number 1.
Cheers,
My friend.
buddy.
Cheers.
Oh God, you were right about not wanting to drink.
No,
Um,
yeah.
Whew.
Let's just do it.
Let's do it. So, real quick housekeeping. If you guys would please share our show, we would really appreciate it. Check us out on YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Podbean, Spotify, iTunes, etc., wherever you consume your stuff. Basically, the show is a show that brings together creative individuals. It's not really a show per se about something. It's kind of a show about everything. While we do shots, I guess we just kind of put that in there because why not? So we go through a couple segments. The first one we call Fresh Shit. Then we'll bring our guest on in that segment. Then we will check in with Zach, our trusty salesman on the road again. And then you guys listening at home live will get a chance to come on the show and ask our esteemed guests or Jeremy and myself or Zach any question that you seem fit. So, Jeremy, why don't you introduce our guests and let's get into this.
So it's funny because after the post, we put a bunch of people started responding with like, oh, tonight we're going to be drinking. And so it's like, yeah, put on your big boy pants because tonight we're hanging with a good friend of ours and his partner, Protocol Cigars, man, Juan Cancel and Kevin Kyfen.
We missed yours, but I want to have a shot for Kevin and I don't know if you want to count this, but this is
This is the first one we do together.
Yeah,
we just
we'll all
pre-do it, but we want to join in.
All right, because the other one you guys just did, I don't know if that counted as one or.
Well, did you guys do one but in the waiting room?
No, we didn't. We wanted to wait to do it here live with you guys. So.
All right.
Oh, you are,
gentlemen, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Shot number 2.
Juan, I see you
ready.
have the Tito's. You have the Tito's out.
Yes, this is all I do is Tito's.
That's so weird. Me too.
Well, I do it. You know, you've always been sexy. I've been a fat guy for a long time, and I didn't really care. I still think I'm internally sexy. But on my keto journey, that's one of the safest low carb things you could drink. And I never had a vodka and club soda until I got on keto. And I was like, when I first tried, I'm like, I'm gonna hate this. I know it. Then I drank it. I was like, wow, this is not bad at all. Especially if you do something like a flavored seltzer. Like I got one lime here on the side. I got a black cherry. Black cherry is actually my favorite, but it is phenomenal.
You ever do? I had a friend of mine years ago. He puts cracked pepper in his vodka.
Wow.
And it's awesome. You just crack a little on, just fresh ground pepper on it, and it's just you can use like jalapeno too or something like that. But then it gets hot because it keeps like marinating in the drink. But a little cracked pepper, I highly recommend it with some Tito's.
Oh, I gotta try that.
I want to do another statement that you guys have incredible production value. That intro video was absolutely fantastic.
Really good. Yeah.
It's all,
You guys
all
are on
made
your-
in house.
This is
Yeah.
really, really impressive.
We spare no expense. You know.
Yeah. Well, thanks. So our first segment we do together, we're going to give you another bumper you get to see. And it's the debut, well, not the debut of this one, but we do something called Fresh Shit. So we each just go round circle and share something that's happened this week, something that impressed you, something you read, something you saw, whatever. No agenda, just something from this week. So without further ado, let's have the bumper, and then Juan can be the first guy to start it.
Let's do this.
That is one big pile of shit.
I don't feel so good.
The mother rhino is giving birth.
Its wrapper is a piece of the original U.S. Constitution.
Coming out of me like lava.
At the rate you're carrying on, that's a small fortune going up in smoke. I like smoking.
Well, you're really doing it, aren't you? You're just shitting in the street.
So good. The drawing.
This show just keeps impressing me. Like, I can't wait. I'm like,
Dude, we have to rely on randomness and cool video editing, because why else are people going to want to watch this?
That
you
is
two
very
guys.
Yeah.
That's what I say.
Well, we have a lot of people watching tonight because of you guys. I can tell you that.
That's good.
Awesome.
They want to see what shenanigans we're going to get into.
You know,
A
let's
little
talk about that word shenanigans. Like, I like shenanigans. Like, and the problem is that my definition of shenanigans are very different than a lot of other people's of definition. I remember going somewhere, and we were probably in Nicaragua, and Matty Rock we were with Matty Rock. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna get into shenanigans," and I was like, "Oh my, I love shenanigans in a third world country." So we go into this place. I'm thinking, all right, I can't wait. And what happens? We are smoking cigars with a disco light, listening to music and laughing. That was his definition of shenanigans. Mine was very different, and I was very disappointed.
That's always the case, though, right? Like, one's interpretation of what that's going to mean. Like,
Yes, 1,000%.
you know, there's I won't tell the whole story. I'll just say this, because I know we're on the fresh shit thing, but in the DR, right below Camp David, there's like a house right at the bottom of the hill. I don't know if you've been to Camp David.
No.
Okay, but
I've been to DR, but not to Camp David. No.
so there's this house, and I'm banned for life from that house.
Ooh.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
like Juan would like
We
the
should-
shenanigans.
Yes.
Yeah, we
Say
should
that
tell
again,
that-
Kevin.
You would
oh,
like the
Juan would have
shenanigans.
enjoyed that night. What we remember of it, anyhow.
Yes.
We will maybe tell that story in the after
Yeah.
show party.
I
Yeah.
like that.
Oh, that's
So fresh it. What do you got, Juan?
So this week was a very special week for us as a company, because we actually had 3 limited releases come out. It was just happened to happen, just the way.
did not plan it that way.
Did not plan it that way, but 3 releases. So the first one was the one that we did with you guys in Caldwell, which was amazing. It, pretty much Robert had told me it sold out in 3 hours once they offered it to their accounts, which was pretty impressive. There it is. You got yours. I actually got mine. I'll bring it out later.
That I'm going to smoke. I've been waiting for you to say something about it, because that was going to
Yes.
be my fresh shit, but you stole my fresh shit.
Sorry,
So
pal.
now I got to think of
No,
new
but I
fresh
can
shit.
let you add to it too. You can,
Just
or
go, just go. You
all right.
go.
So
You
that
run
was the
with it.
first one that came out first, and then the second one we came out with was the Jane Doe 2.0. That was a smoke-in exclusive, Honest Abe out in Florida. And then lastly was the 5 families we just did on Saturday at Famous. And basically we did that was an interesting project. We did like 5 Facebook or cigar club, like it was Distinguished Ruffians, Fat Ash, Smokehouse Gorillas, BOTL PA chapter, and Sheepdog Cigar Nation Cigar Group Cigar Club. That was just an impressive, it was a good event. The one with Smokin and Abe, that was a virtual event. That was pretty cool, but it was virtual. But the one we had Saturday was all outdoors. They closed part of the parking lot down, and they had every group had their own tent. We had a little tent also. That was a phenomenal time. It was probably about 60 people there, at least, right?
Oh, it's 100.
Maybe 100. Okay, 100.
Yeah.
So again, considering 2020 has been this terrible year, it was nice to have an outdoor event. So that was my 3 cool shit that happened this week, or fresh shit, excuse me.
That is a very good. Kevin?
Yeah, so I was going to go negative. I'll go positive. I had a really bad day today. But this weekend, as Juan was saying, we had the 5 Families event. And what was really cool is we have a Cigar Dojo sponsored Protocol whereby room that we all hang out in every night for, happy hour. It goes till, it goes 24 hours, but people usually start kicking off around 11 p.m. to go to bed. But we had basically the whole room that we hang out with every night come in from Indiana, Ohio, Maryland, New York, with Ron Graywolf and Al Berner, just awesome people. Al got to see the office for the first time in our studio, and just it was just a blast. We just had so much fun. I had Mike Kern and Chris Haskell stay at my house. Ron Graywolf was hanging out, and it's just great when we can get together virtually, but then actually see everybody in person and just have a great weekend. Some of these guys came in as early as Thursday. We were hanging out. It was pretty cool.
Very cool. Tony, shall I go?
Yeah, go for it.
So
My
for
first time
me,
lighting a cigar, apparently.
it's obviously I'm going on the negative side because our dear Eddie Van Halen passed away today. That's not just as a music appreciator and a guitarist that I by no means can play like the dude or even try to. That's a big loss. He's a rock god, so I wish him well, and I kind of want to take a shot for Eddie.
I mean, Let's do it. Well. Do it.
Let's there.
Shot number 3.
This is for Eddie.
Wait.
Oh, sorry.
Oof. God.
I almost did like a super bad faux pas.
All right, I'm ready.
All right.
For Eddie.
Eddie.
For Eddie.
Halen.
Oh boy.
Can I
By
ask
the way,
a question?
"Running with the Devil" is my favorite song of his.
Yeah, that one sucked. And he was young, 65, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what that was from. I didn't read any of it. I was busy.
He had throat cancer.
Oh, man.
But he's been dealing with it for like 20 years.
Oh.
Actually, he got it really young. Yeah, I told you, Brandon, we were going to be on a lot of shots on this one.
Oh.
Now that you mentioned shots, I have a question. Does your production notes or bullets, whatever you call it, do you have more than 4 shots lined up, or let's say if we get into the double digits?
We don't have any. We have no shots lined up.
I gotta work.
It goes. We've gone to 11, I think. 11
Okay, so it'll say 11 and 12 and all that stuff. So there's
No, he hasn't built out that many yet. So they start repeating. So we've got up to 6.
Up to 6, gotcha.
Yeah, especially as people are interacting with us and they want to do shots, you can't say no.
Right,
we're here for a party.
We're supposed to do our share like thing. Remember, after every shot, that was one of our.
one
of our laws.
All right, so go ahead and then share this week's. Oh, and also I want to say too that on a personal note for my fresh shit this Friday. So my band we put up some we did a quarantine live session and recorded a 4-song little EP. Put it up on all streaming platforms, so that's fun. We've been productive during COVID and all that stuff. So
Louder's the Roar is the name of the band. It's excellent. You guys should all check it out.
This EP is a little angry, so have fun with that.
What do you play?
I sing and I play guitar.
Oh, I would love to hear you sing.
I play bass, and I'm into angry music.
Yeah, well, I don't think you will be disappointed. This is, it's funny because you realize when you write, it's a reflection of the times. Music is always a reflection of the times, and and I was listening to it today because I haven't really listened to it since we did it, and I was like, good God, I'm kind of pissed off. All right, let's go with it. But hey, man, that's the weather.
Yeah, sometimes the best music.
So,
if you guys would just real quick, remember to like and share. We're at 4 Shots with Tony and Jeremy on Facebook, YouTube. You can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, etc. Just search 4 Shots with Tony and Jeremy. If you guys want to shoot us an email, Brandon, if he's around, could put that up. I think it's 4shotshow@gmail.com. If you guys want to hit us up about anything, maybe being a guest or just to tell us that our show is terrible. Either way is fine. My fresh shit is obviously, we recently released the One under our Give a Fuck initiative, which we have recently done with Lost and Found. And the cigar benefits first responders of 9/11. Give a Fuck is kind of our give back to whatever we can project, and it's been very successful. We've helped a lot of people. We've helped feed over 30,000 people in South Florida. We've helped inner city education in Illinois and Chicago, and now this one project we are supporting the families of first responders for 9/11. So thank you guys. I wanted to thank you guys for allowing us the opportunity to work with you on this project. It's been fun.
It was an honor, bro. It was an honor.
Yeah, this is the first
We actually
outside Eric, and it's been a great honor.
We spoke about it during Cigar Coop. We were on prime time with Cigar Coop, and the show was actually 9:10. We started at 10 o'clock, and you know how Coop's show goes like 3 hours. So when midnight hit, you know, I had requested a moment of silence, and it was a special moment to be on live with people watching and being on Coop's show. And we were actually talking about the project, the Tunnel of the Towers Foundation, and you know, Steve Siller, the firefighter that ran basically the whole Tunnels to Tower thing. And it was an amazing moment. And I want to do a shot to all those first responders. You know, sometimes being a first responder, especially a police officer, is pretty tough. But when there's an explosion, everybody's running away. First responders are running toward it. So a lot of people.
Right, just pour me a short one, please.
All right.
21 minutes, shot 4.
Short one, tall one, it won't matter. We're going. We're going.
Okay. Here's to all the first responders out there.
Yes. Cheers to that.
Especially those that make the ultimate sacrifice, which is their lives.
Shot number 4.
All right.
I have to apologize because that felt so serious and solemn, and I'm like, God damn! I'm about to play a stupid shot of Robert and Tony's dad and have this weird balloon music play. I'm like, it didn't.
I thought that was actually it worked very well in the sense that we had that moment of the solemn moment, and people got serious, and then you laughed for a second.
Yeah,
I think laughter is a tremendous healing factor. And it's probably one of the reasons why I act so kind of zany, because I often believe that laughter is a very healing energy. And there's been times when I'll have people in the industry to tell me stuff like, Juan, you got to be more serious. You know, this is no longer a hobby. This is serious. This is a business. And you're out here clowning around. I'm like, I start thinking to myself, maybe they're right. And I'll do some kind of clown foolery, whatever it is. And I'll get a DM from somebody, and it's happened. I'll be like, bro, today I had a bad day, and I didn't know if life was worth living, and I was in a dark spot, and I opened up Facebook, and I saw you doing whatever clownery it was. You know, he didn't say it that way, but he was like, bro, I laughed, and that moment I was like, wow, I don't feel as bad. I had a friend of mine, another girl that follows me, and she has what is it?
You were gonna say something else.
No, I want to say that.
Yeah, something else.
She has
started to come out. Like, whoa.
Yeah. She has some sort of I forget the immune disease it is. It's sickle cell or
oh yeah.
What is it? Lupus. She has lupus, and in a lot of days, she's in a lot of pain. And she sent me a DM and like, Juan, today was a bad day, and I was just in a lot of pain. I was suffering, and I saw you do some kind of clownery again, and I just felt better. So when I get those kind of messages, I'm like, nah, I'm doing the right thing. I'm gonna keep on being a clown. I get it. You know, might piss some people off, but the way I am, and you know, and the energy I like to put out, if I can make one person's life better by a laughter, you know, I think I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have kind of the same mentality.
I think so.
I
have a tendency. Yeah, I have a tendency when life gets pretty dark. It's when I say the most inappropriate things, and I don't know if I think it's like an impulsive response, and I'm just like, oh shit, I said that, and then people like start laughing, and you're like, well, at least it was me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mean ill will like towards situations, but I tend to like revert to like tragedy and comedy are intermingled. You know, like.
Sorry, Kevin.
You're starting a fire.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jesus.
So moving on. We always ask this of our guests, and it would be the aha moment you guys had for cigars or craft beer, craft wine, craft whiskeys, like that aha moment when you were like, oh, there's something about paying attention to the flavor of this thing, whether it be, you know, whatever that aha moment, like that blinker went off when you were like, oh man, like there's something to this industry of like craft and artisanship and creativity that kind of cemented you, not necessarily got you into the business, but got you like thinking, like the wheels turning on.
In love. What was the
In love.
experience that made you in love with tobacco?
For me, I'm gonna have to say it was in 2006. I've just like a quick pre-story. I've always been exposed to cigars, and not through the most traditional way that you guys would think. Or my father was born in the field, tobacco fields, and my mother gave birth to me in the tobacco fields, and she wrapped me up in a leaf after I was born. Nah, it's not that story. So, somebody else has that story. My story is actually unique. When I was a child, my grandparents used to practice something called Santeria. And in Santeria, cigars are a big part of a lot of the rituals that they have. So they'd always have smoking, cigars, but there were shit cigars like Garcia Vegas and those kind of machine made things like that. And I shouldn't say shit cigars, but those the cheap ones that you'd find in bodegas.
It's okay. You can say shit cigars.
Yeah, I don't like to say shit cigars about nothing. But anyway, so they would do these things, and like my grandfather would do a certain kind of like offering to a saint or whatever, and he put down a glass of wine and a cigar, put it down, light it up, walk away. I'd go in there and I'd smoke half the cigar, drink half the glass of wine,
like Santa's cookies. But
yeah,
you guys were legit. Like that's like a legit thing.
He'd come back in and be like, "Oh my God, whatever deity he was praying to accepted my offer. The cigar's been smoked, the wine evaporated or whatever." So I'd be there laughing. So, I'm sure he knew it was me. But anyway, so I've always been exposed to it. It wasn't until my adulthood where somebody put me onto more premium cigars. But it wasn't until 2006 when I wanted to go to the New York Big Smoke, the cigar aficionado used to do at the Grand Marquis. And I was like, I got to go to this thing. So in 2006, I asked my wife, can I go to the Big Smoke? And she goes, sure, no problem. So I'm like, yes. And then she goes, wait, how much is it? I'm like, it's like 150. She was like, you know how much milk, egg, bread, and butter you could buy with $150? I was like, okay, I guess that means no. And she was like, nah, you're not going to. I'm like, all right, no problem. So I walk away. She goes, hold on. Listen, you work hard. Don't worry, guy. You go have a fun. So I was like, hey, boom, got the ticket, show up there. That was my first multi-vendor event. And it was like you walk in and it was like you hear the angels singing and music and the heavens opened up. And I'm like, oh my God, look, there's Rocky Patel. There's Pete Johnson. There's Arturo Fuente. Carlito Fuente. And I'm like, holy shit, look at these people. So I'm walking in like a kid in a candy store. And they have like Gloria Cabana at the time used to do a Super Bowl competition where they'd let you roll your own cigar. So it was already a cigar that was already out the mold. So they had the binder on and the filler was already shaved. So they gave the leaf. And long story short, I cut it and I put the wrapper on it. And it was a beautiful cigar. I won that one. They then flew me to Miami, where I actually put together a cigar from loose leaves to finished product. And that was one of these aha moments where like, wow, I love this. And seeing the people work, and it took us down to Calle Ocho, where Ernesto Perez Carrillo used to have his EPC factory down there, and right across the street from Titan the Bronze. And it was just an amazing thing to watch these guys do this work. I was just so impressed by it. And then the following year, in 2008, they took us to DR. And I was able to see like the fields and basically see the finished product, and that just threw me down a rabbit hole. And every time I would go, like I've been to, even before having my own brand, I used to go to Drew State Cigar Safari because I was just in love. I must have been there like 9 times with them alone. I just fell in love with the whole thing, the whole artisan, like you said. That was my aha moment.
Nice. You know what's funny, Juan? My first experience, not to take it away, but to agree with you, was with into another country, was the Cigar Safari when I was a retailer. And man, it like changed everything. Just seeing it from like, seed to like finished product. And they had told me that there was like some guy who had smoked 60 something cigars over the course of the safari. And I was determined to beat it. So I smoked nonstop for 3 days straight. And I smoked 42 cigars.
Wow.
I didn't even come within 20 of the guy that beat. And I was like, this is bullshit. They're lying, because like I literally, you have to sleep at some point.
Yeah.
But man, I smoked in 3 days over 40 cigars because I was like so determined to like, why? Who the fuck knows why I cared about smoking more cigars than the next. I think I just wanted Drew Estate. I wanted to smoke so much of theirs that I hurt their bank. you know, like
You want to get your money out of the trip, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But
bro, I agree with you 100%. I did the same thing in the sense that one day I just wanted to see how many ligas I could smoke in one day. So I woke up at whatever time I wake us up at 7, and I changed smoke between Liga number 9 and T52 all the way up. So you get up at 8 and you go to bed at 2 or 3 in the morning. I smoked about 22 Liga Privadas. The next day, my tongue felt like I had a fur coat on. It was just burnt to a crisp. I don't
know how you could do that.
I didn't even care. At one point, I was just in pain. I kept going. My tongue was scorched. And the next morning, I was like, when I got up and I felt my tongue was like just like a piece of burnt coal, I was like, I am not smoking one cigar today. And after breakfast, I caught myself lighting a cigar. I said, fuck it, keep going.
What's the Tonga or what's the beer that they
Tonya.
Yeah.
Tonya.
Man, I drank a lot of that. I was like, this works. This will get me to where I want to go. But yeah, I can appreciate the same as you. And Kevin, what was it for you?
So for me, it was my brother. Just one day was at the house at my mom and dad's. I was hanging out, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go pick up some cigars." He was trying to quit cigarettes, and I was like, "Oh, I'll go over with you." And I was just a wedding cigar smoker, or whatever. Didn't know anything about it, and that really opened my eyes. And when I do anything, I go all in. When I get interested, I need to know everything about it, like the home theater, wine, beer, whiskey, you name it. So I kind of got interested into it because I started enjoying them. And that was really my stepping stone. It's not as elaborate as Juan's story, but that was it. When I walked into CI, didn't even know they were an online company. They were a brick and mortar to me. And just seeing mass amounts of cigars. And I'm like, okay, I need to learn more. And you started going online. Stogie Review was like massive back then. I watched every video they did. There was another one like Cigar Something. Those guys were going to, famous for their Cigarnival. I eventually went to that. And I dove all in. Then I met Juan at a cigar club. And we started doing events, getting manufacturers in. You learn about their cigars and just learning the process. I went to 3 cigar safaris with buddies, learning, seed to smoke. And it was just an amazing experience. And now I own a cigar company. It's crazy, but I go all in on something.
Well, it's funny how, and this isn't even in my list of questions, but it's just funny how, and I've been thinking about this a lot lately. It's funny how bigger brands and more iconic brands have kind of influenced this, like the market that we're in now. That they've given us the ability to kind of have our creative freedom in doing what we want to do because they've given us the opportunity to do so. It's created the boutique kind of market that we kind of exist in where, it's because of them that we can do what we do. It's because of the greats doing what they have done that have allowed us to do it. So
can we toast to the greats?
I was going to say, well, that was going to be Juan. We're always right there.
Sure.
And I don't think we've ever hung out sober either.
Do you think we'll finish? Holy shit.
Yeah. Dude, you got a backup bottle? Yeah, that'll be done.
This one was in the freezer. I had this one in the freezer because I cannot do any, like my shots have to be like ice cold for me personally.
Dude, if you watched the show before, every single bottle I have is in the freezer.
Yeah, so I do just a little bit.
Yeah.
Juan, I have something to add to this after the shot.
And then this one is the one that the handle is for my drink making.
Yeah.
All right. Here's to the greats. The Carlito Fuentes, the Benji Martinez, all those guys. God bless you guys.
Jorge Padron, all of them.
Of course, Jorge Padron.
Shot number 5.
So there's kinds of. Go ahead, Jared. Oh yeah, you had something to add. Yeah.
So Juan, we had a sales rep. He was a part of. I don't know if you remember Wilson. That was with us like in the beginning, but so this guy ended up like he moved from Florida, he moved to the Midwest, then he moved he came to California. So I meet up with him one time. He no longer works with us. He went full-fledged into the weed industry.
Nice.
But I met up with him in LA one day, and this is while he was still working with us. But he is hugely into Santeria and practicing. So he goes, "Hey man, we got to go to this guy's house." And I'm like, "All right." And to me, the way to describe it, it was like a mentor of his, but a spiritual mentor.
Yes.
So
it's called Babalao. That's the guy that the practice, like the priest.
So it's interesting because we went into his apartment and he did a cleansing and he actually used tobacco, just like you're saying. And I was like, dude, I grew up from a very, like, I'm from California, right? The most like, you know, evangelical, you know, whatever. And it was a very interesting experience for me to see a very different mindset, a very different way of practice. But like, I just sat.
I could show everybody how you do a cleansing. I could cleanse Kevin. If you guys want to put me on full screen, have the produce. It takes 2 seconds, Kevin. It's not going to hurt. So you guys can see how it goes. There you go. You ready?
Okay. Yeah.
These will be one of the things that the person with cleansing somebody from evil spirits.
I've never had this done before.
All right. So put me back up at full screen. You went back the other way. There you go. You ready? Take the cigar. You put it. I'm not going to talk from this point. I'm going to put it in your mouth. You're going to blow out. Ready? Watch this. And that's how you do it, folks.
Yeah.
You have been cleansed.
And it was super cool, though, to see like something like tradition.
That was a first for the show, right? A spiritual cleansing.
For me. Yes. Hey, you know what? I want to cleanse this show. I'm going to totally burn myself.
You're going to burn your mustache.
Just be
off,
careful.
dude.
Listen, here's the trick is, you know, you got to understand. So the end is hot. So you got to put your mouth somewhere at least an inch into it and blow out.
That's what she said.
Dude, I got a beard. This thing's going up in flames.
I like this show.
There's so many things. There's so many things going on.
All right.
now.
Well, I'm not going to. Yeah, I agree. This is a bad idea, Jeremy. I'll do it at towards the end when we're a few more shots in.
But dude, you've had your beard for years. That thing's going away big time.
Some point. Wow. Let me just burn it off. But yeah, man, it was a super interesting experience to see it, but just because like different worlds, you know, like different experiences and how people, you know, view the world and how they deal with it and how they pray or how they whatever give thanks. And it was a cool experience to be an observer, be let into kind of an inner circle thing happening. You know, I'm like, do I have to leave? Because like. And they're like, no, that's fine. You can sit there. You can
just put it in your mouth for like an inch, and you'll be fine. You can stay.
Right, just the tip. You just have to put the tip.
Put it like an inch in and blow, and you'll be fine.
Do you know what just the tip does? Gives you 2 children, like I
and get you in trouble. That's right.
2 children.
Okay, this is.
Don't listen to this.
This show's going downhill real fast.
I've done pretty well. I've got no kids.
Me either. That I know about. That I have to. None that I have to pay for.
Ditto. That's why I'm never doing that 23andMe or Ancestry.com.
Yeah, don't do that.
Because then they'll knock on your door.
We were in the whereby, and some guy, they were telling the story how, you know, the DNA matched, and this girl found him and found out that, you know, that was her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to pay back child support for the last 18 years.
She was a grown woman. Okay. He was very happy.
So I have some relevant questions, I guess.
They're all relevant.
Well, they're relevant observations thus far.
Yes.
But I like the direction the show's going. Okay. But I want to get some
downhill
facts, some things out of the way to help us all. So to lead into this question, I grew up in the business, as you guys know, and my dad's best friend was Manny Ferrara. So my dad and Manny got into the business together. And Manny, if you remember, he was the vice president of Ashton, for those who don't know. And Manny was a policeman in Philadelphia. And he got shot and started working in the cigar industry. And there was something that Manny brought to the cigar industry that was unbelievable. Like, this guy would walk into a restaurant, because you could smoke cigars at the time. And by the time he would leave the restaurant, everybody would have a drink and an Ashton cigar in their hand. And he was a very magical human being to me, and kind of like the person that I looked up to in the industry. As we saluted the greats earlier, I would put him in that group of people in the cigar industry that has made it what it is and how wonderful it is. But for you guys, I don't know, Kevin, were you a policeman too?
No, I'm internet security. That's my day job.
Okay.
So I'm never a cop. I'm the internet cop of the company.
Nice. So graduating into the cigar industry, I mean, what do you see experience wise from both of you guys? What the differences are, what the similarities are, and how did your experience in that aspect of things translate to the cigar industry?
So for me, you know, I did 4 years in the NYPD from 98 to 2002. Right after 9/11, I went over to the Port Authority from 2002, and then I retired in January of 2008. 18, no 19,
19,
January 19. So it's gonna this January will be 2 years I retired. But being a cop, and I was a cop in Brooklyn in the NYPD, and I did a lot of like wacky stuff. I jumped out of moving police cars, jumped over fences, high speed chases, all kind of wacky stuff, straight up fights and things like that. So there was that. So that experience of putting your life on the line, your health, your physical well-being on the line to serve your community, really opens your mind up. And you survive 20 years of policing, you pretty much can handle anything. So I believe one of the main things, it gives you good people skills. And people say I have good people skills. It wasn't something I went to school for. It's just something through my own life experiences of, I would say, definitely being a cop helped me to attain these people skills, and it has translated very easily into this industry, dealing with people. And plus, I feel a lot better personally giving a guy a drink, a cigar, here, have this, have a good time, better than me telling this guy, listen, you can't do this, you can't do that. Oh, listen, I got to arrest you because you're driving drunk, or whatever the situation would be. It's a totally different thing. You're dealing with people as a cop, you're dealing with people at their worst times in their lives. Because think about it. Anytime a cop's involved in somebody's life, something's bad happening. It's not really nothing good in reality if you think about it.
It's almost like going to the dentist. Like you don't want it until you need it, right?
Unless it's a badass bachelorette party,
right? And then that guy's not really a cop.
That's what Juan's doing now. Don't let him fool
hell.
you. He's like, ladies, you're all under arrest for being sexy.
Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm at that party.
So so that actually, being a cop has really helped me. I think even let's say if I don't like, this is just, if you had told me 10 years ago I was gonna have my own brand one day, I think you were crazy. As I started to fall in love with the industry, I kind of figured I was gonna work in the industry somewhere, maybe be marketing guy or even a rep, whatever it was. I kind of knew I wanted to get into this, but never I would have thought I would have my own brand. And now that I have it, it's pretty amazing. But regardless of what I was going to do or not do, I believe, and in my opinion, being a cop for 20 years and retiring really gives you the skills to pretty much handle anything, because you've handled people's at their worst, at whatever, they got robbed, they got shot, they, or they robbed somebody or they shot somebody. So those are two spectrums. That's how you're dealing with people, and you are able to keep a cool head and handle that and try to do the best you can to handle that situation and rectify whatever it is and do whatever it is. So I believe definitely that anything that would come up in the real world, I should be able to handle. For God's sakes, it was there 9/11. You guys didn't hear that. It sounded like shots fired. I don't know what it was out there. Anyway,
For
so
us, it sounded like somebody like having like bump, 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 like in the background.
He keeps thinking that's like shots being fired. We're not.
That's what I think. That's what it sounds like to me.
Like
I don't know.
To me, it sounds like you have a protocol.
Are you in a pay-by-the-hour hotel, and maybe it's some action going on next door?
Yeah.
You put up the banner, the protocol banner, and actually next door, people are getting down.
I don't know what's going on outside.
All right.
I hope you have your gun.
I hope I answered your question good. Did I answer your question?
Yeah,
you
Tony?
did. Absolutely.
Juan, can
absolutely.
I add to that?
Yeah.
The kind of reverse of that question is, you've been in the shops, I've been in the shops, Tony's been in the shops. Kevin, I don't know, like obviously due to time or COVID, how much you've been in the shops, but all right. So when you encounter the negative as well, right? The guy, I don't want to carry your brand, I don't have shelf space and all. Do you think that your experience from like people like that, because I think to be, I would imagine to be a good policeman, you have to be a good people person to read the situation, to understand the inflections and all that kind of stuff. You think that has helped you, like being able to like kind of see through that, not like a sales ploy, but just like maybe their real concern is they don't got cash right now, but they don't want to say it because like, X, Y, and Z reason, or whatever. Do you think that that's also been a benefit to you to see the negative side of it?
I think from beginning to end, both good and bad. 'Cause if you think about it, being a cop, you see the worst in people. Like, you know, being a cop, you ask somebody, did you just, rob that girl? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Meanwhile, there's video of you rob, just so we get lied to all the time. So an unfortunate part of it is I'm always suspect of people. I'm always like watching them on the side of my eye because it's just it might take years for that to go away. Maybe it never goes away. So I definitely read people a lot better. Being a cop for 20 years has given me the tools to really, because when you're, you stop somebody, whatever the situation, let's say the person robs somebody, you got a description, the guy fits the description, you stop him, you're talking to him. Now you're talking to him and you don't know if he did it or not. And you got to kind of not get it out of him, but you got to try to figure out this is the guy. Then you do the show up and everything. And meanwhile, the guy said, no, it wasn't me. I swear to God, I just came out of the church. I just came out of, praying to God, and then they do the show up. Yep, that's him. Okay, sir, boom, you're under. And then this guy just spent 20 minutes lying to you, and you're like, this just shows you kind of what people are. So on that aspect, you just learn to read people, their body language, and even the negative you do with the people, it has helped me. So to answer your question, yes, that definitely does help.
Can I something that just popped into my head? It's completely unrelated to this, but obviously, like, we didn't get to have our show this year, right? The trade show in Vegas.
Correct. Yes.
And one of the things I miss the most about what didn't happen because we didn't have it is, like, it seems like almost every year, right before the show begins, Juan, you and I have accidentally run into each other or run into each other at the booth.
Yes.
And you always have handed me like what you got that's new. And for the past 3 years prior to obviously this year, the first cigar I have smoked of the show each year has been your cigar, because we just happened and I'm like, I want to see what my man's doing and I want to smoke it. And I mean, sales wise, people are like, which Caldwell are you smoking? I'm like, it's called Protocol. Check it out. You know what I mean? Like, because like, the thing I love about this is the relationships, and like that it's like us supporting you supporting us supporting them, whatever it may be. And that actually affected me this year, like missing that element. It has nothing to do with actual sales and the performance and what the show gives us, but it's like our opportunity to see each other as friends, because, you're in Pennsylvania. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So like, I'm in California. It's not like on a Thursday evening we're like hanging out, Right, so it's like we look for those opportunities to be able to
join our whereby room. We're hanging out with people all around the country.
I definitely, to kind of add what you're saying though, these whereby rooms and these video chats have really changed the way people connect. And where that might have never been the case, we have to see each other at a show. But look at today, we're talking right now, and I know you guys, you have a show, and I've been on, like you do an Instagram live, and if I'm not doing it, and I'll get on there and I'll chit chat with you, and that's where I saw whatever that picture of Jesus, the light up picture of Jesus you have in the back.
Yeah,
back.
Check it out.
There we go. There he goes. Look, there he is.
Look, I'm gonna light it up for you. Check this out.
Look at this thing.
That's cool.
It has to warm up. It has to warm up. It has like tubes. I got this on the side of the street years ago.
Oh,
it's like a tube amp.
Let's have a toast to Jesus. How's that sound?
It's like a
I love it.
Yeah.
Toast to
Get
Jesus.
down with the big J.
Oh God.
Can I just sip my whiskey?
I'm doing a small shot. We're gonna finish this bottle. We're gonna.
Juan,
I'm gonna have to Uber it home.
All right.
You've heard my joke, right? Before, because we have a Juan that works with us.
Right.
So I would tell a joke. What do you call two Puerto Rican basketball players?
Jose and Jose B?
No, that's two Puerto Rican firefighters. What do you call two Puerto Rican basketball players?
I don't tell me.
Juan on Juan.
It's a Jesus.
Shot number 6.
Okay. So we're at 49 minutes.
Okay.
I like drinking with you guys.
It's pretty. I like drinking with anybody. I just like drinking.
Yeah. I mean, we all use excuses. Oh, I like drinking because it's, it's really. So when I was a retailer, I'm just gonna say this real quick. First, we had Wasted Wednesday, and Wednesday everybody did a bottle share at the shop, and then it turned into Wasted Wednesday, Trash Tuesday, messed up Monday, fucked up Friday, and it ended up being every single night we had some name attached to the night, and it was a bottle share like every single night with guys coming in, and those are some of the most fun memories. I mean, the ones that I can remember are like I used to sleep in the shop because I would get so hammered and I didn't want to like go. I would keep a blanket and a pillow in my car, and I would just lock the doors and lay on a couch and I was going to be there in the morning anyways. So, but those days were fun.
Well be early. You might as well be early before you're.
Well,
late.
I don't have to be early. I just wait for someone to knock on the door, and then I open up. I'm like, oh, cool, I'm back.
Did we just do another historic event on your show? Did we just have our first toast to Jesus?
Yes, we did, my friend.
Wow, we are like breaking records. We had a spiritual cleansing and now a toast to Jesus.
We had a spiritual cleansing, a toast to Eddie Van Halen, a toast to our first responders, a toast to Jesus. This is the best so far, man.
I agree.
This is the best. Because I don't even usually look for reasons, but like we have these amazing little like captions over the night. It's great.
I want to answer the last question a little bit of my background.
Yes,
so
that's where I was gonna bring it back to before we get.
I appreciate it.
Before things get
because
crazy. I'm sort of the MC of the whole thing.
I love
until you get super drunk.
Correct.
Then you go like this and you disappear.
But you're at home. You're at home. I'm at a studio. But
you know, I have to Uber it out of here.
My background was computer geek, computer nerd, and then I got into the pre-sale side to keep it short. And so I'm a sales engineer. Some people call us systems engineers, but my job is to sell our solutions to me. I'm focused on the large financials. And when, Juan and Bill originally started the company, I was, named their national sales manager. I really didn't have a stake in the company, but it was every event, they're my best friends. So for me, it was more natural. I've been through so many sales methodology trainings and different things. And for me, it's just natural, right? So if a shop, you gotta deal with the objections, right? And how do you handle those objections is, I think, what makes my skill set a little different. And look, we're small, so I'm not asking for the world. It's when you're dealing with larger accounts, you can say, all right, we're willing to do something, but the order's got to be in a certain place to make those things happen. But for me, it was just real easy. Now, learning the back end business, because I have a whole team behind me, marketing, I have a whole team of legal and all that, and accounting. Luckily, my wife's an accountant to help us out. But, just understanding all the different aspects of that business was a little bit of, learning curve for me, but I dove in. But the sales aspect, that's just natural. That's what I do every day, for my day job. So, it was easy.
Awesome.
Nice.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
So far, great. Yeah. I mean, I can't believe where we're at. Only, 5 years of business. We're still here. A lot of people, potentially discounted us. I don't know for sure, but, 5 years being in the business, going on year 6, it's going to be a really good ride.
You know what shocks me is like people still want us on their shows. Like 5 years later, being probably one of the smallest boutiques out there, people there's still a buzz about us. There's like you guys asked us to be on the show, which was amazing and an honor. Thank you. And we was on Coop the other week, and it's just amazing that we're still being asked to be on shows, people talking, so we're very happy about that, and we're very grateful.
We had a massive week this week. I mean, insane. When I woke up Monday, I'm like, this is a major week for us. 3 limited releases, and a lot of people may have said, "Oh, that's a real stupid move." It just kind of happened. It's with COVID, we didn't plan it.
It just happened.
They pretty, for all intents and purposes, there's not many bundles of each release, left. If that, and it worked out really well for us. It's just timing, you never know.
We actually had, I think we had 2 in a row too. We had the gimmick with Dojo, and
right,
we had the one
as you did have, yeah.
And then we had a couple more like sprinklings of like Scooby snacks and some store releases too, which makes for a hectic kind of week. But so real quick, we're getting close to the end
already.
Yeah, well, not to the end.
Let's have a toast to getting close to the end.
Hey,
end of the live broadcast.
I want to make a toast because we're gonna have let's have a reason to do it, and like I would like to toast to friendship, and
yes,
you guys had. So I was doing some research on you guys, right?
Okay.
Oh, research. And yeah, because why not? Like, pretend I'm a reporter for 2 minutes, right? 2 minutes. So there's not any deep dives because I don't really have like anything beyond like the surface of what's already out there. But I will say, like, you know, both of us, like, you're 5 years in, right? We're 6 years in. We never expected to be
I'm
here.
8. I'm the oldest
Yeah.
one. I'm the oldest one on this show, actually.
You are.
And the thing is that I love the fact that we're here and that, like, you know, like, we support each other, and that, like, none of us imagined any of us would be here right now
No way.
in this position. And when, you know, a couple months ago, I was doing my coffee and cigars, which I still do, and Tony was doing, you know, Tito's with Tony, and we decided to merge this, like, into what this is. It's like, it's fun sometimes to think back about the fact that, like, how the fuck did we get here? And thank God we're here. You know, like, this, people talk about quality of life, and it's not necessarily about dollars and cents. It's about happiness and friendship and the things. So when I say friendship, I mean friendship because we all got here, and we got here together. You know what I mean? Like, we all have each other's backs, and we always will have each other's backs. So cheers to that.
I'm down for that.
Salute.
Shot number 2.
That was a lot.
Depending on the people you have on here, you're gonna have to do more production shots of, like, shot 7, shot 8.
Brandon's working on it, but he's got something he's really excited about that's coming, that's new for the week. So
nice.
He never thought we would get to 7 and 8. So he's been doing like the little segment things, like the fresh shit, all the cool stuff. Anyway, now is the time.
Woo.
We're gonna go real quick here, but finally, our check-in with Zach segment is gonna offer us a little bit more than him. And he's going to be, like, kind of dark because he's in the car. But I think so. Let's check in with Zach and see what he's doing real quick. Zach, you're muted. Oh, is his mic not going to work?
There it is.
Hi,
Okay.
my name is Zach.
Hi, hello. I'm in the car.
We've done this.
Dirt.
The
We should do
majority
an
of the
intro
time.
to this, to, you know, time with Zach. A little quick intro. That would have been cool too. You know.
Oh, I thought there was one.
No,
No?
it's shoot your shot.
Uh,
And Jonathan Brandon. We have our entire sales team except for all of us on the road working. Isn't that amazing?
Well,
This is how
in-house
we do-
guys versus brokers. But yeah, they're in Texas together. And more times than not, Zach's camera or his phone has not worked with the audio. So we've set up something in case of it. Is it going to work, Zach, or is Tony going to have to mime you?
I don't really know.
Go for it.
It's not really working right now. My
Tony,
headphones-
go for it.
Every time I get on this show, my headphones are fucked up. I don't really understand it. I try to come around. I try to do these shows, but I can't do them because my headphones are always fucked up. Look at Jonathan. He's driving the car. We're on our way from Oklahoma City to Texas. So we're going to keep driving and introduce our shoot your shot guest.
Could you recommend anything for the end of the night?
Opposing missile lock.
Let's count them down. Something big. Bold.
I got him locked.
An Italian classic.
Shoot your shot.
Is that kind of like shoot your load or not?
Whoa.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Yeah, kind of.
Bill Zika's
That's a
Wow,
reference.
our buddy Bill Zika's in the house.
Hey, Bill,
Good
how you
evening.
doing?
First of
what's
all,
up,
can
man?
everybody hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
we can.
All right, good.
We don't
I
have
a
to.
new
We don't have to
headset
make
with
up.
Mike. I'm trying it out. So,
We don't have to make up words for you, which is good.
Yes.
We have to do that.
Tony, that was
frequently.
excellent. I was watching that. I thought it was great. You mouthed them
I-
perfectly.
I've always thought about doing Japanese voiceovers.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
that's just practice.
Japanese hentai voice
Anime. Dubbed animes.
Oh, not hentai, not the
No,
tentacle
not those
stuff.
hentai ones. Nah.
Nah.
Let's do a shot with Bill. What do you guys think?
I like that. Bill, how many shots are you in? Because
As many as you are. Actually, I
All
ran
right.
out. I only have my Bud Light seltzer right now. I'd have to go up and get another bottle, so I'm taking it easy at the moment.
Nuts.
Usually when we play this game, we do it. Every time I say phenomenal, we do a shot. Oh God.
Yeah, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yes. Ready? This is to Bill.
To Bill.
Shot number 3.
Here's a little tidbit about Bill you guys don't know. Bill used to be my lieutenant in the Port Authority.
Get out of here.
Yes.
So, Bill, you in New York?
Yeah, I worked New York, New Jersey. I worked for Port Authority for almost 30 years. I came on in '85. I'm a little older than Juan. But every time I'd work at Path and I saw he was on a roll call, I'd like run away and hide. I just didn't want to deal with him. Now I joke about that, but he was one of my best guys that ever worked with me. So,
because I knew, it's not all about catching the bad guys. It's about having good times at work. Because it was my philosophy being a cop. I try to give people I was working with the best time they could have, because you never know when that could be your last time. So I would cook for the men. We cooked. My main thing, I used to cook. Pictures, yeah. We have pictures where I used to cook for the guys, and we just make laughs and have cigars, because those moments are important, in the police world, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, and I know you did it before, but I just want to say it. 9/11, I was there. VZ and West, when the first building collapsed. 3 of my classmates died that day. Out of the 37 Port Authority guys that died that day, I actually knew 29 of them. So here's to them.
I'll do another shot for them.
Yeah, we have to.
I'm just going to drink my drink.
All right.
You cannot, Kevin. You have this one. You have to. It's for all 37 officers that died. And a little tidbit of thing, like the World Trade Center was a Port Authority facility.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey,
to them,
to them, and thank you, Bill, for what you've done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shot number 5.
Shot 9.
Oh boy.
I'm just glad to be part of the fact that you broke the record on this show.
Not
well,
yet.
we knew it was.
I think they said 12. I'm like Jeremy. I'm shooting for 13. At least
we're gonna hit 13. We'll do it,
guys.
Even if it's
I don't know.
Back to back.
I'm the youngest one here, so I don't know if you know this, but 9/11, I was a senior in high school.
Wow. So
I remember coming home and seeing all of this, and thinking to myself, "This is another world. I can't 9 shots. Obviously, we're struggling with this, but I thought this was another world war.
Right.
I thought, we got back and saw the TVs, and I thought it was over. And I went that following February. I went to New York, to see everything and sort of mentally say thank you to everybody that did what they had done, because my grandfather was the fire chief locally in Youngstown, but I went with my mom and dad to kind of, say thank you and see what was going on, the memorials and everything. So, from my standpoint, from you guys, like, I understand that we can't exist without you guys, and we could never. And it's you guys, like Juan said, you guys run in when we're running out, and I appreciate that. And that's part of the reason we wanted to give back so much for this one cigar, was to kind of, in such a small way, say thank you for that.
And thank you for saying thank you, by the way.
Yes, thank you.
And I want to tell you a little story attached to the one release. So we have a broker who's a dear friend of Tony's and mine, named Tommy Klein, and he is a firefighter, an active firefighter. And when that release came out, now he's out of St. Louis.
But he's been working for the COVID thing, and they moved him up to Kansas City to help with COVID for the past, I think, 6 months. He's been back and forth.
But when he saw the release of the one, he called me and he was like, originally it wasn't necessarily going to go to our reps, right? We were just going to sell it the traditional way that it's been sold with Lost and Found, which is Rob, Tony, mine, a few shops it goes to. But this was the first release that we opened up nationally to retailers. And he was like, I need this cigar. And I was like, yeah, we'll get you some. And he was like, no, you don't understand. I need this cigar. He was like, this is for me. He's like, forget who it goes to. I want this cigar. And it was super cool just to see even people that work with us and the way they responded to something that there's a lot going on socially right now, you know, and there's a lot of like heated left and right and all this kind of stuff. But to do something that is not political but social, like, hey, we just want to bring remembrance to the folks that, like, you know, just like we toasted for, gave their ultimate, like their lives to give us the land of the free, right? To give us a place where we get to believe what we believe, to, you know, and they did it without even a fucking second, like just went in, you know. I was like, God, man, we've been in business 6 years. And I think this is the first time that like, it's been an emotionally affected like thing to me, that like people's response, I mean, dude, the consumer end of it and the retailer end of it, people are still calling us begging for the cigar, you know, like, hey, do you have any more? Do you have any more? I'm, you know, I own this shop, but I'm a retired, you know, I was in the police, or I was a retired firefighter. I was a retired, what, ambulance, you know, whatever it might be. And you, all of a sudden it makes it click though, like how much like we're all connected, you know what I mean? And that when people do things to serve us, look, we have the huge divide right now, what's going on, all the social climate's crazy. But one thing we can always all agree upon is that, and I think people need to remember, is that what happens when like real shit goes down is that people are there to support us, to help us. And that's what their position is there for. And they're willing to give of themselves, regardless of the cost. And that just, it was cool to see that, because it's like, oh, we make a cigar. What difference does that make in the world? It doesn't. It's a cool thing. We love tobacco. We love this. But it impresses on me like something very deeply to see like when something like we could be a part of, you know, providing for something that people respond to emotionally, not because the cigar is X, Y, or Z blend or what factory it came out of or whatever. It was purely about the intent of like, oh, this is raising money for first responders. I'm in. And, you know, like I challenge anyone who's watching this to remember that. Yes, I do get philosophic when I get drunk. Fuck you.
to kind of like touch on what you just said, Jeremy. So this company Protocol was built on, you know, the you know, it's owned by cops, it's run by cops, it's police, it's law enforcement themed. And we kind of knew, you know, when we going into it, that there was going to be times in our history where it was going to be like a roller coaster ride. You're going to have times when everybody loves the cops, and right now everybody's like hating on them and want to defund them and stuff. But we said, listen, we want to do this thing, and we wanted to honor, you know, this job, because it is at times people, you know, we feel it's a thankless job. People don't appreciate it, and you see more of the people. The media, I guess, would say you see more of the people that are anti-cop than the pro-cops. So sometimes, you know, just the entire line was to do that, to show that people do appreciate what we do. And, you know, not only was it a marketing thing, but we you know, everything we do is always law enforcement based. All the lines: Protocol, Probable Cause, Themis, Official Misconduct, Robert Peel, Elliot Ness, Cybercrimes Unit, all the stuff that we got is all law enforcement based. And we knew there was going to be times through whatever is happening in society, and there were going to be times when we weren't going to be popular, or law enforcement wasn't popular, but we decided, you know, and it's almost like a losing proposition. Like, why would anybody do this? And it just shows that, you know, this is what we wanted to do as a company. And, you know, it's been, you know, people are still supporting us, and, you know, it's still good. So just kind of wanted to touch on what you said, Jeremy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Man. You stuck to your guns, and you guys are doing great. I remember going to the first party you guys ever threw in Berkeley Heights. And I used to come to every party, and I was so heartbroken when we had to stop them because of all this crap going on.
Right.
But hey, anytime I can, I will show
Bill's
up.
actually been to the office. He's been to the office
a few times.
Yeah.
To the pay by the hour hotel.
Wait, I was going to say, Juan, you have, Juan,
What
you
were
have
you
an
doing,
office?
Bill? What were you doing? I'm just
Funniest story about Bill is he's here. He's met my wife a few times, and she was standing next to me, and he was like, "Hey, like I'm Bill. I met you a few times. You just hang out with the crew." And I'm like, "Bill, this is my wife." He was like, "Dude, I had no idea that was your wife. The entire time I kept meeting her, I just thought she was hanging out with the crew." I'm like, "Amy, you're a groupie now."
I felt so, and I came up and apologized to you for that.
No, you didn't have to apologize. No, why would you apologize? That was hilarious.
Oh.
My wife and I still laugh at that. That's great. No, but she's one of the crew. But that's the life of Protocol. We have a bunch of people around. People show up to the office. We love it, and we have a good time. And and you never know who's going to show up. And you just all of a sudden people walk in some nights, and you're like, "What the heck's going on?" Like, and all of a sudden,
Richie's praising us. Richie Riot. Yeah, Richie Riot. Richie, we love you too, pal.
Good dude.
Yeah, good people.
Yep.
Yeah.
As I kind whale eyes.
Yeah, but I think going back to that, and not to get philosophical myself, but like the day after 9/11, because I was working at a community college. I was, I don't know. Yeah, I was 21 exactly when it all went down. And the next day, the whole nation came together. Nobody cared, what side of the aisle you were on. Nobody cared, where you came from, whatever. But we came together as a nation because, we got to protect ourselves. And, it was very, upsetting, very sombering. But, at the end of the day, you gotta come together as a nation, because when people are attacking you, we all come together, and law enforcement, EMTs, firefighters, they gave their lives. That's not, where I've ever been. Not my career, but as a U.S. citizen, and those men and women gave their lives that day. You gotta take a step back and say, wow, I'm in internet security. We do our thing to protect hospitals and organizations, to make sure ATMs work and your ventilator works when we're going through COVID. Make sure there's not a cyber attack. But when you're running into a building, that's not something I'm gonna. I've put myself in a career to put myself on the line for, but these guys really take a step above, and we got to realize that.
And to change the energy in the room, I just want to show you I'm paying homage to Robert and Tony.
Yeah, you are, my man.
This is why I did it. This is for Robert and Tony. Let me see how I can't see it.
You have no fur.
I got zero.
He's got a couple.
I got a little bit.
Yeah. Look, I have no fur either. I tattooed it on me.
Ah, very nice. It would have been funny if you would have just tattooed it like a grizzly bear. So you could
but look, it looks like, if it's like this, it looks like
Mothra?
hair.
Let me see.
No, it's a
Mothra.
buffalo.
Oh, okay, I see it now. All right.
Nice.
But
Juan, you're like the Sphinx cat. Like you have
bro, you can't see. I got some. It just the lighting, you can't see it.
It's the lighting.
You do have some hair.
I like how you're like this, like Juan. Like, I want you to see it. I want you to see it.
I just peeked at my phone, and there was a nip slip.
I knew the show was going on.
I've seen nip slip before. This is a nip slip. Look.
Yeah.
Oh,
that ain't no slip.
That ain't no slip.
Hey, that's working.
And
is this the first nip slip on our show or no?
Yeah, man, you've had a lot of firsts.
Unless it was me, it had to be you. I don't know if I had one or not. No one's ever called me out on it before. So.
I'm either in like a V-neck or no shirt at all. So like this is that's the first we've seen, and I'm cool with it. I'm totally cool with it. I got to tell you, my friend.
Hey, big boy.
And
don't encourage him. Don't encourage him.
Boys, let's wrap the live broadcast up with a shot, and then get into the after show with some of Juan's favorite shenanigans.
Yes. Is the after show broadcasted or what happens?
No, it's private, so we get to.
Yeah,
say,
Brandon will figure that out, I think.
But okay. I would say, can I come up with the toast again?
Yes.
Right.
All right.
I gotta have one more toast after that. I want to finish.
No,
this.
you do it. You do the first toast.
Well, he's got to finish. He wants to finish the. No,
I'll do this one. Let's toast the nip slips. Okay. We'll do that one.
Nip slips to end the show.
Right.
Shot number 1.
And now let me get ready for Jeremy's. I want to finish this bottle. I think we're gonna finish this. Kevin, we're gonna have to get Ubers home. Look at this.
I hope you guys
are coming out to drive you home.
I'm calling my wife.
Bill,
here, look. Wow.
Bill, you're gonna have to take care of these two young guys.
All right.
Hide your husband. Hide your wife.
We're doing
So
2 in a
we'll-
row. Dude,
Because you said we had to. There's no way I could have left that bottle.
Yeah.
We had to finish it. So,
No, no.
Jeremy,
You're gonna
what do you
blame
want
it
to do
on
this one too?
So mine is just to the future of Protocol. Welcome aboard, Kevin. Like, we're glad to have you in the industry and as a friend. And Juan, we love you. Bill, thank you. And yeah, this is just to good times.
All right, it's a good time.
Shot number 4.
That's
I was hoping to break the record.
Hey, so
I
Juan,
think you did.
will
Brandon,
you,
Brandon can tell you if we broke the record or not.
No, I think he
don't
said
know.
it was 12.
No.
How many?
This is the record because I've never. This 11 at 10 we had done. 11 is the record.
Then we have. Wait, are we at 11 or do we have to do 11?
We at 11
No,
right now.
we are at 11. This is the record.
Let's beat it by 1.
No, you just said
we
it. You
already
already
did.
beat it by 1.
Let's beat it by 2.
All right, let's do it.
No,
I'll drink to that.
No. All right, hold on. We're gonna close this portion of the show because it's just become a shot fest.
All right,
I'm gonna die.
Well, then we
And
got
the
to have
problem with
Juan.
that is what?
I'm
Juan, where can
officially
we
out
find
of the
you?
frozen one. What?
Okay.
Yeah. So
Ask him
we
the
gotta,
question.
Now I have to
Juan,
have a
where
hot
can we-
shot.
Where can we find you, my friend? And where can we follow you?
Kevin, tell everybody.
So, Protocol_Cigars, Instagram, Kevin_Protocol. Juan is Protocol_Cigars, Juan, whatever.
ProtocolCigars.com. Just
Type in Protocol, you
Google
find it.
Protocol, it'll come up.
Yeah, and in all the shops around the country that support us, just Google us. We're on, every online. A lot of the brick and mortars around the country also have us online and available. If you're in your shop, you can't find us, please mention our name. Reach out to sales@protocolcigars.com, info@protocolcigars.com. Please reach out. It goes right to Juan and I, and we'll get in touch.
And we
with the
answer every-
shops. We'll
everything.
answer every email. Juan and I, right before this, sorry, I had a lot of drinks. We're responding to emails from people.
Yes.
God, I'm messed up.
Yes.
So also,
Welcome
if you guys,
to 4 Shots, my friends.
welcome to the show, my friend.
4 shots is not really 4 shots. It's like 12. We're going to beat it 12, right? Let's go.
Wait,
Well, hold on, wait.
Wait.
We have one
Tony,
set.
get-
One more thing. So please share us at 4 Shots.
Yeah.
There's still 13 of you listening. I'm grateful to all of you for putting up with our shenanigans, has been the word of the day, right?
Yes.
If you guys want to join the after show, get a hold of Brandon. He can bring you in, and we can hang out for more cocktails, maybe. But as far as we're concerned, please share our stream. Please follow us at 4 Shots with Tony and Jeremy on all social media, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, and Podbean, or follow Jeremy and I at Bellotto, at the California Hillbilly, and at Brandon Noel. So,
And if you're tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, if you want to Zoom and just hang out and smoke, look on my Instagram and let's smoke.
Yeah,
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, well, anytime people, if you're listening and you can subscribe to the podcast stream or you can review it, that's really helpful. And you can catch us here every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock doing this.
so far, this is 12 weeks in a row, right?
Yeah, well, this is the 14th episode. This is 14.
Very nice.
Ooh,
Oh, it's 14
really?
in a row.
Yeah,
Look at us. We're fancy.
Listen, if I could say something real fast.
Yeah, go ahead, Bill.
Thank God for Juan and Kevin and you guys, because once this whole thing hit the fan, this has saved so many people
I agree.
their sanity from being able to sit outside, have a cigar, have a drink,
Hang out.
and just hang out,
Yeah.
just to keep our sanity.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do a last toast to keeping your sanity. How's that sound?
All right.
You like that?
The
And
sanity.
on that,
Oh,
we'll
I
say
know.
good night. And we'll catch you guys next Tuesday.
Brandon, get in on this.
Good night.
You already had dinner.